What's up, everybody? MMA Brothers back again. Brad Jones,
Colton McKinley,
man behind the camera, Parker Hennis. This week we are breaking down the epic UFC 185. Went down last night. That thing was loaded, and boy did it deliver. That was one of the best cards I've seen in a really long time. 2 title fights, 2 new champions. Lots to talk about. Top to bottom, the card was loaded. Let's get at it. Starting off the card, we had, I actually missed the first fight of the night. It was Jermaine Radamine versus Larissa Pacheco. I don't know. There's 2 women. One TKO'd the other one in the second. It was cool. After that, Jake Lindsay versus Joseph Duffy. It was a pretty big deal. Joseph Duffy being the last man to beat Conor McGregor. Now he's a lightweight now. He's not a featherweight anymore. But man, he showcased. I mean, he looked good. He showcased why he beat Conor McGregor. He had excellent striking. He was pinpoint accurate. He looked good.
Yeah, I mean, great way to make a debut.
Yeah, solid debut. They're definitely building him up. They're going to put some stuff behind him. He's got a pretty bright future as long as he can stay on track. Up next, we had Jared Rosholt versus Josh Copeland in the heavyweight division. This one was
Jared Rosholt, my man. Yeah, the highlight of that fight was not how it ended.
No.
It was like, man, it just, he didn't seem willing to really like let it go.
He wouldn't go for the finish.
He would get in a position where he's like, he would be in control, like in solid control, where it's just like, man, the last thing to do here, let's just, posture a little bit. We're not talking about just like let go of him and hit him. No, but like if you already have him all the way down and you're trying to hit his face, you don't need to put his giant arm around his head in a scarf hold,
Completely blocking
his face.
Yes, exactly.
That's what was going on.
Repeatedly. For whatever reason, every time he'd get him in a position where he could just pound him out, you would scarf hold his arm across his face, then he would punch his own arm.
Or he'd just get another like variation of like the back side control hold and just like, Yup, got him. Yup, still got him.
Eventually, he ended up getting the finish.
Even Joe Rogan was ragging on him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he got the TKO in the 3rd round. Overall, though, he's got a long way to go. Up next, Sergio Pettis versus Ryan Benoit. Big deal. Baby Pettis looked sharp. He was dropping flyweight for the first time. I mean, all through the first round, was just tearing dude up on the feet, and everyone was talking like, man, he looks sharp. He's going to be a big name at flyweight. Probably getting a lot going. Very shallow division. If he would have won, he probably would have been like top 7, I would say. But, man, 2nd round, he's just tearing the dude up, and then hooks. Same time hooks. Just his was just stronger. Dropped Baby Pettis, pounded him out, got the stoppage, kicked him after the bell. A lot of boos for that. And he was hyped up in the moment. He apologized immediately afterwards. But yeah, Pettis, man. 2nd time this happened. He looked really good against what was his name?
Oh, Alex
Caceres.
Yeah.
And then got subbed at the end. Yeah, I mean he looked so good, but just got dropped. It was that Condit and Condit Hardy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he looked good until that point, but disappointing stoppage for him. But yeah, Ryan Benoit, I can't say that he necessarily looked good by any means, but he got the finish.
He got them hands. He throws them bungalows.
Threw them bungalows. Made it happen.
That's great.
Yeah. Up next, Darren Cruikshank versus Beneil Dariush.
Yeah, Dariush showed out.
Dude, Dariush looked like a monster. He dominated Cruikshank, like, just was all over him. He was just dominating the hell out of him.
Body kick. Threw that body kick.
They look like they were in different weight classes, by the way. Dariush looked huge. Cruikshank, I've never seen him get just shut down like that.
Cruikshank looked off. I think he had a difficult time dealing with the style and the size of Darnouche.
Cruikshank also didn't make weight, so he may have had some weight cutting issues, may have affected his stamina. But yeah, Darnouche, I mean, he picked up a bonus for it, and it was well deserved. I mean, he shut the man down. He didn't work. Up next, Elias Theodoro versus Roger Narvaez. It was a pretty solid fight. It was really the only two guys on the whole card that didn't have name value, but they went at it.
Elias is the Ultimate Fighter winner.
Is 11-0.
Is looking good.
Yeah.
He really is looking good. I'm excited to see what he does moving forward. Hopefully get him, I don't know, maybe a top 15.
Yeah, there's another stoppage. Until every prelim from the start until the very first fight of the main card, all finishes. And it was the best prelims we've seen in a while. These guys were going at it. Next up, our main event of the prelims, actually. Ross Pearson versus Sam Stout. Again, even better example of Dan Hardy and Condit. Hooks at the same time. Bam. Pearson was just there faster. It was a little bit harder. Dropped Stout. Followed up with that straight right. Knocked him.
Yeah, man. Stout's one of those guys. I was just talking to Jake earlier. One of those guys where, for the longest time, you're looking at Sam Stout thinking, man, he is so tough. His stand-up looks great. Just once this young dude puts it together, he's really going to be something to mess with, right? And you think that for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden he's not a young dude, and he never put it together, and now his toughness is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not tough. Of course he's tough. He's in the UFC, but his chin isn't there. He used to, he was hands of stone, and he used to be able to have a jaw of stone as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm curious what he does next.
Yeah.
Because that's he just got stopped before this by it's escaping me. But yeah, I mean, this is his second finish just recently, so I'm curious what he does.
Get KO'd by KJ Nunes.
That's what. Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I'm curious what they do with him. Yeah. Maybe give him another Spencer Fisher bout.
Yeah. Then we break into the main card. Starting off the main card, we got Cariaso versus Cejudo. Cejudo making the drop to 125, another big flyweight fight. I mean, Cejudo just wrecked Cariaso.
So
dominant.
Just so unconcerned.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll roll with that.
Is that a word?
He was unconcerned with anything.
I'm grappling with this word. He was not concerned. I'm just going to totally take it out.
We'll get rid of it.
Out of here.
It's out.
The grammar books. That little
Yeah.
Gone, unconcerned. He was not concerned with anything Cariaso had to offer.
No. He had no respect for anything Cariaso had for him.
Cejudo is a guy that, after that bout, I'm very interested to see what he does. Because he's the first guy in a while at flyweight where I'm looking at him and saying, man, I want to see him fight Mighty Mouse. Let's see what he does next. And if he can really do well in his next bout, hell yeah, dude. 125's got a new number one contender that's not an alpha male fighter.
Yeah. And we pretty much have a fairly good look at or guess at what's going to happen to almost everyone on the main card next. Almost everyone pretty much got at least a location or an opponent for what they're going to do next. Cejudo at the post fight was like, hey, I speak fluent Spanish. I want to fight on the Mexico card. 188, Verdum versus Velasquez. Dana White was like, it's done. Probably put him in there against top 5 flyweight. I would like to see him against Dotson, but Dotson's fighting Makovsky at 187. So the only other logical person is Ian McCall for him. I feel like that's
I don't know. Why would you have him fight McCall? Just McCall is looking less and less impressive.
Yeah.
And I think seriously about between him and Cejudo would go almost worse than him and Carriazo.
Yeah.
Because that's more time for Cejudo to work on his overall game.
It reminds me a lot of a flyweight Khabib a little bit. He's just he just isn't not concerned with anything that his opponent does. He's just always going forward, taking people down, ragdolling guys around. He's so strong. But yeah, he's got a very bright future at flyweight for sure. Next up, Roy Nelson.
Roy Nelson Overeem. Roy Nelson Overeem. Roy Nelson Overeem.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I mean, Overeem just tearing up Nelson's body. You know, hit him, get out of the way. The fans were doing a little bit because Overeem did multiple times just plain out turn around and run away from him. But he was effective. He got the strikes off. He was tearing up that leg in the first round of Roy Nelson. And, I mean, Overeem, he looked good. But there were so many times for both of them where they would get in positions to finish the fight, and they would just stall.
Not even finish the fight, like
inflict damage. When the other person was hurt, specifically. Anytime Roy would clip Overeem, first of all, Overeem's defense when he gets hit is to block and stand completely still with his back against the cage.
Just goes tank mode.
Don't cycle out to either side. He just stands straight. So the whole time he's against the cage getting thrown on, I'm like, dude, move! Circle out of the way. But he just stood there until Roy decides to back off, and then he's like, okay, now I'll come out of here. Against anyone else, you're going to get slept doing that crap. But Roy didn't have it in him. Even at the end, when Roy drops him with 20 seconds left, instead of following up with shots, Roy's just like, double. Doesn't get it. Just gets into the double position.
Just clinches for 18 seconds.
Holds it.
And then
I was like,
fight's over.
Roy, what are you doing, man? But overall, I mean, yeah, Overeem looked pretty solid. And again, it's looking like we're getting the Dos Santos fight next for him. I'm ready. Let's do that. It is about 4 years too late, but
I think it makes more sense than ever. We got, Overeem looking good. Won his last he's won 3 out of his last 4. Dos Santos is coming off a surgery. I'd say they're right about where it makes sense. The time was then for that stuff, and the time is now. Well, the time will be now for them to fight when they're booked.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't come away overly impressed with either guy.
Yeah.
Roy Nelson kind of just did what he does, and then
if he's not landing an overhand right, he's not winning the fight.
He's not winning the fight.
All of his wins in the UFC are by overhand right knockout. Every single one of them.
Overhand right, win the fight. That should be a Roy Nelson T-shirt. Someone make that happen. Overhand right, win the fight. Big country.
Seriously, if you can shut down that overhand right, you can do whatever you want to Roy Nelson. And I mean, dude, Overeem was just tearing those oblique kicks in the first round were tearing his knee up, and he was just killing his body. Just these heavy body shots he was tearing into him. Pretty solid. Next up, I don't even need that anymore. Johnny Hendricks versus Matt Brown.
Big rig coming back, going back to his roots, looking like a welterweight for the first time in his UFC career.
Yeah,
doesn't fight with a gut anymore. Dude looks solid.
He looked really good.
Matt Brown in the early goings looked pretty good, but once they got past that first round,
started to fade.
It was really big rig.
The takedowns were pretty demoralizing to Matt Brown for sure because he was really fighting them off really hard in the first round, and when he would get taken down, he would work a lot off his back, try to get submissions and stuff, try to hold position, and after that first round, Johnny Hendricks was just taking him down over and over again. He was pretty much just accepting it and just trying to work to get back to his feet so he could strike him some more, but it never happened. Johnny Hendricks just was on him. I mean, he looked good. He was himself not impressed with his performance, and Dana White also was not very impressed by it.
Which is really weird, because watching the fight, I don't know, other than... other than a finish, I mean, what else do you want? Like, Johnny Hendricks did whatever he wanted
Yeah.
in this fight. Like, really showed where he is compared to at least Matt Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really is just, yep, I am championship class.
Yeah.
And so what's looking next is that
he wants to wait for the title shot next, the winner of Rory and Lawler, but they don't even fight until July, so I mean, he wouldn't get that title shot until way late in the year. That's too long to sit out. As soon as the fight was over, Woodley was on social media calling him out. And when you think about it, him and Woodley are almost the same fighter, essentially. And
pretty close. Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Woodley's hurt right now. He has that broken foot. It'll probably be a couple months before he's ready to get booked again. Book them, have them fight for #1 contender. Winner of that, fight the winner of Rory and Lawler. I think that just makes sense. Everyone pretty much seems to be on the same page about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, the match between them would kind of, we only need one big hitter wrestler dude in the top, in the top 5. Let's knock one out.
Yeah.
Let's knock one out, and I think someone will get knocked out in that fight.
I don't know. We'll talk about it when it gets there. But
yeah.
Yeah. So then, co-main event time, first championship fight. Dear Lord, I became a huge fan of Joanna leading up to this fight, just for all of her pre-fight stuff and just her attitude, the way she treated the whole build-up to this fight. I really didn't know that much about her coming into it. But believe me, I am a full-hearted fan now, because she is a beast.
She's a Polish beast.
She destroyed Carla Esparza.
That takedown defense, man, where'd that...
As soon as she was stuffing those takedowns, Carla had nothing for her. When she was on her feet, it was amateur hour. She was getting lit up. Joanna, a 6-time Muay Thai champion, was just obliterating her on the feet. And then it was so bad, by the second round, Carla wasn't even setting up her takedowns anymore. She was just doing whatever she could to get out of striking range. She was just grabbing for legs, wasn't happening. Joanna shut all those down and just tore her up on the feet with her strikes. Her strikes were so accurate and so pinpoint.
Yeah, that desperation of Esparza was really apparent come that second round. Her corner in between rounds, first and the second, saying, that overhand right, when you throw that overhand right, that's what we worked on. You time that, and that's when you get your takedown.
It was just such a mismatch.
She just wouldn't. She did not time that once. There was not one time where it was as soon as Jędrzejczyk would hear and she would shoot, and then Jędrzejczyk would already be ready to sprawling out and using those elbows. Those beautiful elbows, so good.
Anytime she would stuff the takedown, as she was getting up, she would use her hand to push her head away just enough to get room to land an elbow as they were standing up. And those were adding up and doing damage. She rocked her a couple times with those. Yeah, it was just such a beatdown and like a mismatch. When was the last time that a champion got just completely outclassed, like had nothing for the challenger whatsoever? She got blown away. Joanna's the new champ, and I personally don't follow the strawweight division that closely. I didn't watch that season of The Ultimate Fighter, so I don't know that much about it. But based on the fact that Carla was the most elite that came out of the season, leads me to believe that Joanna could stay champ for a minute. Now, I know her last fight, she won only by split decision, so probably the woman that she defeated would be close to getting another title shot soon. But other than that, I don't. When Rose got blown away by Carla, Rose would get sacrificed to Joanna. So I think Joanna has the potential to hold on to that belt for a minute.
Yeah, you just got to see how it shakes out. The division's so young that we don't have even though they already have their top 10 lists or whatever, it's so academic at this point. We got to wait and see how some of these matchups shake out. What? Jędrzejczyk came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
she wasn't even on the season
of the show.
I think the UFC is kind of hoping that Van Zant is going to turn out to be as much of a beast as Jędrzejczyk is.
I
don't know. We'll find out. I'm excited to see who they put her up against next.
Yeah.
Jędrzejczyk. Really test out, because it's looking like she's got that sprawl down, and
if she can keep it on the feet,
it looks like she's
many
she's
more
pretty
women in that
equipped.
division. Yeah, I don't think many women in that division can stand and strike with her. But yeah, she's got a pretty bright future ahead of her.
Yeah.
Main event, second title fight, second new champion. Pettis getting floored by Dos Anjos.
Rolled over.
This was this one was completely unexpected. Pettis being hailed before this as like the next great lightweight thing since BJ Penn. Like, the guy, he's in pound for pounds. He's over Wheatie boxes. They're promoting the hell out of him. He's everywhere. He's in Metro PCS ads with the belt everywhere.
We got a dark horse out there, and his name's Dos Anjos.
Not no mo. No belt, no mo. Because Dos Anjos shut that down. He was so aggressive all the way to the 5th round. He just kept pressure on him. But it was a different pressure than the Clay Guida pressure that he kept on Pettis, where it was just like relentless takedowns and, you know, grinding him into the ground.
Or even the Melendez pressure.
Yeah. It was a different pressure because he was pressuring him in every single aspect of the fight. When they were on the feet, he was in his face. He never let Pettis take the center of the octagon. He would push him, put his back up against the cage, and he would just light him up. And if Pettis would land something, there was no pause. As soon as it would land on him, he would come back with something, 3 more strikes to answer it. He was just all over him, and he kept that pressure all the way through the 5th round. Pettis really never got anything off. He was just getting torn up the whole time. And Dos Anjos was mixing up the strikes with takedowns whenever he wanted.
So good. Those takedowns were so good.
Great.
And you gotta, how good are those? They're working with, Rufus Sport is working with Askren.
Yeah. It wasn't enough because, I mean, Dos Anjos just lit him up. And yeah, new lightweight champ. And I can't even make predictions about the lightweight championship anymore because it changes so constantly. I mean, even now he's going to fight the winner of Cerrone and Khabib at 187. And Khabib, just 2 fights ago, threw Dos Anjos around, completely dominated him. So yeah, anything could happen.
I'm pumped.
I am pumped.
The future of the lightweight division is just eclectic. It's
hey, there's a word.
Yeah, it's going to be very telling who comes out of this #1 contender fight with Cowboy and Nurmi. I don't know.
Both rematches for Dos Anjos.
Yeah, but either way, Dos Anjos would be fighting a rematch. But like he said, after the fight, his MCL was torn.
Yeah.
So we got to see how long.
MCL torn.
Yeah, we got to see how long he has to sit out. Which that seems to be the lightweight champion's plight. As soon as you win it, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. Something's messed up.
All right.
Let's take care of this.
It should be all right though, because Khabib and Cerrone don't fight until May 27th. So there's another 2 months of just hanging out, waiting for a #1 contender to emerge.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he was sounding was that he didn't think he was getting surgery. So overall, I think, yeah, we can keep our fingers crossed for that. Lightweight's going to be exciting. What do you think next for Pettis? There's a lot of debate about this afterwards. Now, Ariel Helwani was saying that he thought Michael Johnson would be a good matchup next.
That would be awesome. That would be very cool. Yeah.
I've also heard a lot of talk of Nate Diaz because of their past beef. That'd be a good hype-up storyline.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Make Pettis look pretty good, I think.
I think it would make him look very good.
And if, in my personal belief, if things were a bit different at the moment for featherweight, I believe this would be another prime situation of.
Still got Josh Thompson.
That's true.
He's kind of floating out there. I think he's one of those guys that's thinking if I get a.
He's dropped out of a fight actually not too long ago.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be fighting on this card this weekend. He got hurt and dropped out.
Well, I mean that would be a cool matchup as well.
Yeah. If things were different, I would say they would let him drop to feather and get an immediate title shot against Aldo. But Aldo's got his hands full with McGregor right now, and they don't fight until July, so Pettis got to do something else until then. Yeah, I say keep him lightweight, keep him active. I personally would like the Michael Johnson fight. I think that's
I
good.
think that's a good fight.
But yeah,
dude,
awesome card.
This card was
it was great.
It was great.
They're killing these pay-per-views.
They really have been. It's really been. It's really been. Yeah, they're leaving. I don't know what's different. I think that it's just the champions are healthy. I think that's a big thing. I think that the way that they're scheduling pay-per-views now, they're laying them out way in advance to give them room to shake things around if they need to.
Yeah, and they're making a note to make the pay-per-views very stacked to separate them from our Fox Sports 1 cards, which unfortunately leads us into having incredibly weak Fox Sports 1 cards, like the one coming up this coming Saturday, headlined by Ryan LaFlair and Damian Maia, which I'm not sure if anyone in the entire world is too excited for that.
I don't know.
It's gonna happen. And,
I will. You know what? We'll watch it. That's the bottom. That's the UFC. The UFC has its hooks.
True.
Because I will watch it. It's fights. I'll watch. LaFlair take on Maia, and I don't know what the ramifications are because there aren't any.
There are none.
The rest of the card is going to be full up with Brazilians and debuting Americans. It's gonna be fights, and that's all that can be really said about that card.
Yeah. Just people fighting.
I'll be writing an odds report for it.
Check it out.
MMAlatest.com. MMAlatestnews.com.
News.
Yeah, MMAlatestnews.com.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. At least we got stacked pay-per-views.
We get stacked pay-per-views.
That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Deliver.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we recapped the card, right? We recapped the card. Yeah. We don't really have much to... Let's be honest here. Your two hosts don't really have a lot to say about Maia and LaFlair.
No.
There's going to be hardcores out there that are saying, what are you talking about? LaFlair's a beast, and, 4 straight, and you're going to throw numbers at us. But numbers don't sell fights.
The way that I look at these things,
it means nothing. The fight means nothing.
I should not have to go do research on who you are to get excited for your fight. You need to make me excited for your fight. Get people invested and get people excited. People are like, Ryan LaFlair, he's won 4 straight in the UFC. It's like, yeah, I've never heard of him and I've never seen him fight before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just, yeah.
That's
all there is to it.
Never seen him fight before?
Put on good performances and talk and make people get invested in the fight, and I will be invested in it. But when you give us these LaFlair and Maia cards, don't expect us to get overhyped and enjoy that you're gifting us with this glorious welterweight fight of a 10 and a 15 going at it for no ramifications whatsoever.
Yeah. In the immortal words of Dana White, you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
And we don't, but we will, and we'll report on it next week. When hopefully we go into this card with no expectations and come out of it saying, "Oh shit, Maia LaFlair, that was crazy."
That's what we're looking for, people.
That's what we're looking for, people. We're looking to go in with no expectations, be blown away by how great UFC Fight Night.
I think it's 61, 60 something.
It's 62.
62.
UFC Fight Night 62. Maia versus LaFlair in Rio
de Janeiro, Brazil. Yeah. It's on you, Maia and LaFlair. It's your time now. Impress us. Make us become big fans of yours. Maia fans again, because I was a Maia fan.
Welcome to the show! Welcome to the show!
Welcome us to the show, alright?
Yeah, welcome us to the show. I mean, that poster totally blew up in the UFC's face, right?
Oh, it absolutely did. It absolutely did. And then Carla spent this whole time complaining about how she wasn't getting the proper treatment as a champion, wasn't getting promoted properly.
Yeah.
Didn't matter because you got blown away, and you're not anymore. So, well, there you have it, folks. Another one down. 185 was solid. Yeah. Come back next week. We'll be talking about Ryan LaFlair and Damian Maia. Might even be good.
It might even be good.
Yeah.
All right, closing words?
Joanna Jędrzejczyk. It's a beast. I might marry her.
All right, well, in closing, I will say that, what was it, unimpressed? Was that the word that we're unimpressed? Could be a word. I used it as a word.
Unimpressed is definitely a real word. I don't remember what the word we were disputing is. It was something.
It was
It's gone now.
Was it not unimpressed?
No, unimpressed is definitely a real word.
Where's our show notes guy? I need
here.
to look at that word.
He's not here. You gotta hire one.
We gotta hire one. If there's anyone out there that would like to be our show notes guy,
hey, we need an intern.
That would
be an intern for us.
If you'd like
to, MMA brothers.
If you'd like to pick up and move for no money to be an intern for a show that's on the up.
It's on the up, man. We're blowing up.
It's on the up. You know, not far up.
We're nearing the end of season 1. All right.
Yeah, we got
season 2.
Yeah, we have what? We are doing 13 episode seasons.
Oh yeah, that's our breakdown.
Yeah, that's our breakdown. 13 episode seasons. We had our mid-season break.
Yeah, we're back
a few weeks ago, and now we're back for. We got 2 more episodes this season, and then we'll start over with episode 1, season 2, episode 14.
Bam.
Yeah. So just to let you guys behind the scenes, interns. What else do we need interns for?
I don't know. You make us food and stuff.
Yeah. Culinary experts. If you would like to pick up for no money and come hang out at the apartment, cook us food while we're doing the show, and we can eat after the show.
We'd really appreciate that.
That'd be great. Well, I have no other MMA related things to say.
Nope, that's it.
All right, well, that's the MMA Brothers. I'm Kobe McKinley.
I'm Brad Jones. Till next week, everybody.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? You know us, the MMA Brothers, and Parker's here too. Click right here to access all of our previous and upcoming videos from our YouTube channel.
Click right here to go to MMALatestNews.com for articles and breaking news.
Down here in this lovely general area is our Facebook page. Make sure you like us, like all the rest of the videos that we have, share it, comment, do everything you need to do. We'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for the support, y'all.